one of my favorite business books is Simon Sinek's Start With Why, because we always have to think about, why are we doing this? Why are we focused on compliance? Why are we focused on this? And it's really to focus on the people who we're trying to serve. We're trying to better our communities. And that's really why understanding these compliance requirements, it's not going to be flashy. It's not like getting the award, because now it actually gets to the work of actually managing the award. And so that's where things get a little tricky. But I think that especially if you gear towards more of your pre-award, think about it from a post-award perspective, because there's a lot of things you can do at the onset to prepare yourself for what's coming up. And so when we think about getting started, here's the grants life cycle. So the pre-application is when you're working together and saying, okay, what's our concept? How does this align with what the funder's looking for in that funding opportunity announcement? Looking at all the administrative work that you need to do to set up your accounts and to make sure you have your partners in place, looking at that budget and seeing, how you want to allocate funds to the different types of areas that you want to support. And then when you get to the application, there's all of these different steps. And this is where it's really important to take a look at that notice of funding opportunity, because I call them, the kids say now, Easter eggs. There's a lot of different clues within that, notice of funding opportunity that can tell you, what should I expect? Seeing how you should spend your funds. Are there any reporting, what the specific reporting requirements are? Are there specific meetings that you need to attend post-award? What are the different policy requirements that you must adhere to? And that's especially important because in some of these different funding sources outside of federal, there could be state funding sources, that they might have an extra layer of requirements. And so I'm going to be referring to layers, like layers of an onion, to kind of dictate that there's going to be a lot of information in there that you need to absorb. And it's important to kind of tease them out so that you're aware of the different rules that you need to follow. And the more robust you are at understanding your requirements pre-award, the better you will be post-award. The more informed, the more that you will able to kind of perhaps breathe a little bit easier, so it's not going to be as overwhelming. So as we go through that life cycle, we're really going to be focusing on these phases here during this training. The other two were really focused on, just giving you an understanding of, what you probably have experienced before. But when we talk about these, and let's enhance this slide a little bit to kind of go over these. So when we talk about the award startup, I can't tell you how many times the lack of communication between different departments within especially larger organizations about, well, how do I spend the funds? What are the performance measures? So that's why it's really important when you get the award, you look at that notice of grant award together so that you're all on the same page and that you can also prepare to how you're going to manage the award, what your project plan is to make sure you're meeting all of those report deadlines, making sure that you understand the terms and conditions, and also communicating with those federal program officers and grants management specialists so that you all are working together. And this could be more of a collaboration, especially when you're thinking about your partners. And we're going to get into that later on during this training about the various different relationships that happen with contractors and subrecipients. Then we have award management and monitoring, which is making sure that you have all of those pieces in place and that you're going to be maintaining the award and that you're adhering to all of those deadlines and managing it with the intent that it is adhering to 2 CFR 200, the Uniform Grant Guidance, which we're going to get into. And then, of course, an award closeout, making sure that you cross your T's, dot your I's, so that you are in good shape moving forward.